Well, the November job numbers just released, and they are huge.
Look at that. It was anticipated 185,000. The job number is 266,000.
Unemployment rate now 3.5%, a drops a percentage point there from 3.6. These numbers are astounding, even for experts. Joining us now, one of those experts, Rush Limbaugh, conservative talk show host, the best in the business, maybe the best that ever was. Rush, first off, your reaction to those numbers?
I think they're through the roof, aren't they? You know, if you had to give President Trump a legacy right now, you know, it would be peace and prosperity. What every voter goes to the voting booth on Election Day wants to achieve with their vote. Peace and prosperity. Donald Trump, I think, is the only president in his short tenure who has not started a war in order to create peace and prosperity. He's actually trying to draw us out of military conflicts we shouldn't be. So I think this is fabulous news, and it's once again going to illustrate the utter futility that the Democrat Party faces in trying to get rid of him.
Absolutely, Rush. When you look at those numbers and you look at what the Democrats say on the trail, they still talk about the economy, rebuild the economy, bring jobs back. They talk about forgotten industries. Joe Biden's talking about that in Iowa. How in the world do they run against a headwind of such economic success?
They impeach him. They don't have anything to run on. They literally have nothing. They have sacrificed every bit of concern for the American people. They're making no bones about the fact they really don't care about the American people. The American people don't want the president impeached. The American people love the economy. They love the robust new deals that we have made in the trade sector and in the wage sector. Look at the African-American unemployment approval rating for President Trump. In 3 different polls, it's around 34%. The Democrats are wandering aimlessly, and they're being propelled by one thing, you guys. And you're watching it. You saw it this week with these 3 so-called expert witnesses. We are watching pure, raw hatred. They hate the man, and they hate the people who elected him. They hate him because he beat them. They hate him because they can't stop him. They hate him because they and their allies in the media, who usually, if they want to take a Republican out, they can do it inside of 6 months. They haven't been able to lay a glove on Donald Trump. They've lied. They've made things up. Things have blown up in their faces like Wile E. Coyote. Now with impeachment, they're going to go back to the Russian scandal, the Russian collusion scandal. Pelosi said it the other day. You'll go, I know you need to stop me so you can ask another question. I'll patiently wait for it.
You keep mentioning the word hate. Nancy Pelosi, you probably saw that when James Rosen asked her, do you hate the president? She was furious. She said she grew up in a Catholic home. They don't hate. But we learned in high school in my Latin class, facto non verba. It means actions, not words. Deeds, not words. Look at my actions. If you look at her actions, do you think she hates the president?
Oh, absolutely. They all do. Isn't it funny, though, that Pelosi invokes her Catholicism on everything but abortion? When that comes up, you never know she's a Catholic, and she won't talk about it. But I'll give you an example of this. Yesterday, Pelosi said that we've got to impeach Trump because he wants to be a monarch. He's saying Article 2 lets him do anything. You know what the context of that? He was on with George Stephanopoulos. I went back and looked at this. He was on with George Stephanopoulos. He was talking about firing Mueller. Stephanopoulos was trying to make him guilty for wanting to fire Mueller. Trump's answering, I didn't fire Mueller. I could have fired Mueller. Article 2, I can do anything. She takes it totally out of context and tries to make it into something that it isn't. She said yesterday in that press conference, and look, the hate is dripping off of these people. It's the one thing that's noticeable. They literally hate. If you've wondered what hate is, it's on parade in this impeachment. It's on parade anytime any Democrat goes on TV. It was on parade with those 3 so-called witnesses, those law professors. She said yesterday, this really isn't about Ukraine, it's about Russia. It's about Russia. There's no evidence. There's not. You realize they have not a shred of evidence for any allegation they have made about Donald Trump for 3.5 going on 4 years. There isn't anything. Meanwhile, Trump keeps plugging away. The economy is roaring. Its future looks great. Wages are up. Trump's job approval numbers are up. The Democrat Party does not care about the things the American people cares about. Pelosi and her leadership are devoted to one thing. They are almost sickeningly
Right.
absorbed with destroying Donald Trump, and they're not going to succeed at that either.
Hey, Rush, the other thing that really bothers me and should bother most Americans and will bother many in battleground states is the USMCA doesn't look like it's going to get a vote before Christmas. That's inexcusable. Do you, in all your years doing that behind that microphone, do you ever remember a piece of legislation that could benefit so many, that has widespread bipartisan agreement, not be voted on?
No. I can remember, the natural ebb and flow when one party controls the House and one party controls the White House. And this constant quest for power the Constitution has built into it. But this is my point. That was actually a great question. The Democrats have legislation that they're stalling that would actually improve prescription drug prices, that would improve Americans' health care, things that people really care about. The people don't care about this impeachment. Take a look at the TV ratings. Every day, they plummet. Every time Adam Schiff, pencil neck, every time Pelosi, those bug eyes, every time these people and their hatred appear on TV, people tune out. And they are impervious to it. It's as though they don't care what the American people think. They've abandoned any pretense of any care or concern what the American people want. For the Democrats, it's all about what they want, and they're going to get it no matter what scorched earth they leave in the process. The thing is, they're going to fail, and it's going to redound to their presidential candidates badly. The thing is, they're not going to give this up. They even said yesterday that after Trump wins 2020, they'll keep going like he's John Gotti. So people better get ready for this, because it isn't going to end, because the Democrats are nothing but pure, raw hatred.
All the while, they've got socialists running for president of the United States at the top of the ticket. But, Rush, we're going to move away from politics to patriotism, which Nancy Pelosi says she's doing, but we know what it's all about. Your stand-up for Betsy Ross gear. I tell you, every event I go to, I see one of those Betsy Ross flag T-shirts with your name on it, benefiting Tunnel to Towers. Give us an update on your effort.
You know, that's one of the reasons folks, I should be honest, I asked to appear today, and the Fox and Friends people were gracious to make room for me. Because today I'm wearing one of the new products that we've added in the past 6 weeks. This is a zip-up fleece, and the Stand Up for Betsy Ross icon here, the flag, is actually embroidered on it. We started this in July because we're fed up. We're fed up. Colin Kaepernick. Who's Colin Kaepernick to tell people that America is rotten, that the flag is somehow political? And people were fed up as well, wanted a way to push back. So we started with one T-shirt, the Stand Up for Betsy Ross T-shirt, and $27 item. And within 3 months,
wow,
we had generated through the sales $4 million to Tunnel to Towers. And I wanted to come here today because it has continued. We're going to continue all the way through Christmas. $5 million in total. We're going to add another $1 million that we're able to donate because of purchases at the RushLimbaugh.com store of Stand Up for Betsy Ross gear. And our fulfillment center is working around the clock. The orders have not stopped coming in. We owe a debt to the people who have participated in this and it's not a profit center here for these items. This is strictly for Tunnel to Towers. The proceeds go right to them. And $5 million, you guys.
Good job.
On a $27 to $35 item.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Just since July, it's amazing. And the American people have made this happen. And you haven't heard about it because that kind of good news the media is not interested in at all. Well, but I'm happy that
Rush,
Fox gives us the opportunity to come here and make the case.
Rush, I was just telling someone at work earlier before the show, I've shopped for my mom, I've shopped for my sister. Girls are so easy to buy. Buy for what do I buy? My dad. Thank you. You gave me a great idea. My dad now knows what he's getting for Christmas, but it's a great gift.
Well, the stuff we have found the highest quality for the price point that we wanted to sell it for. We have a special free shipping and an EIB challenge coin for orders of $50 or more, and we're going to keep it pumping all the way through Christmas. Now, this fleece, you know, Frank Sellers of the Tunnel to Towers has worn some of the gear when he's appeared on Fox. Right. This thing is perfect if you play golf in chilly weather. It's perfect for it, or just running around in fall or winter. Okay. We've got lines of apparel for women and kids, so we've covered every base here.
Making a real
it's been
difference.
one of the most rewarding things things to be part of.
Right, and it was your great idea. And Frank, it could not be happier. And more of these law enforcement families and the military families and those firefighter families that lose a loved one will have their mortgages paid off. Rush Limbaugh, it's a privilege to talk to you.
Always.
Good luck on your show a little bit later.
Thank you, Rush, for what you do for this country.
Thank you guys very much. Great to be here. Thank you again for the chance.